guys, it's Kelly and welcome back to another minimalism video. So I've been wanting to break down my KonMari experience from 2017 for a while now. So this is going to be the very first video of this, but we're going to talk about clothes. So I'm just going to talk about the process that I went through and how it worked for me because I did record some of it, but those are in weekend vlogs, and I don't remember which ones. I think KonMari might be in the title of some of them, but they're from the summer. So let me just talk about it. So the very first category, and if you don't know, KonMari is in 5 category breakdowns. So the very first one that you're supposed to do is clothing. And that's because you're supposed to work from the things that we have least connection to the most connection to. And the reason why she says that clothing should have one of the least amount of connections to it is because our sizes are constantly fluctuating, our styles are constantly fluctuating, and things like that. So, part of me would beg to differ because certain items of clothing mean a lot to me. But I'm not that attached. I don't know. And I'll get into that. So, I started the process of that. I went ahead and I brought everything out of my closet and my dresser drawers and threw them on my bed. The only items that I did not throw on my bed with all of my clothing was like socks and underwear and like bras. I went through those separate because I just didn't want them to, I really just didn't want them to get like lost in massive piles. So I took all of my hang up clothes, all of my closet stuff, and I put it on one side, and then I am a t-shirt and jeans girl. So I took up a lot of the bed with t-shirts. There was another drawer that I don't think I emptied whenever I first started, and it's because it was stuff that I knew for a fact I had put aside to make a t-shirt quilt at some point. So I don't think I took those out at the same time because those aren't shirts that I wear, if that makes sense. They aren't a part of my actual like wardrobe. Anyways, so I went through the hanging stuff first because I don't hang too many things, and I knew that there was a ton of stuff in there that I just no longer wore and things like that. I also, in my closet, whenever you're looking inside of it, there's like the clothes that I actually wear on the top bar, nothing on the bottom. Well, there's like extra hangers and some bags hanging off the bottom bar, but no clothes. And then on the other side, I have like my jewelry hanging up, my shoes hanging up, and behind it, I have a couple of hangers of stuff. But it is my 2 different graduation gowns with like the stuff, the honors cords and things like that hanging off of them from college and getting my master's. And it also has like the one shirt that I kept from my grandpa, a jacket that I kept from my great-grandmother, and some shirts that had, now there's some tops that were originally on the other side. I kept them with my regular clothes, and I hadn't worn them in years because they didn't really fit in years, and a dress, but my mom made them, and so those items I am holding on to. My mom was amazing at making clothes, and at least 3 out of the 4 items that I still have in my closet, if I lost a little weight, I actually could wear them again, and they are like top-notch quality and super cute. Because anytime that I asked her to make me anything as I got older, it was like maybe not color-wise a staple piece, but like style-wise a staple piece. So if I could just lose some weight, then maybe I could wear them again. But one is like a black A-line strapless dress that I had for my sorority days, and than a couple of like really cute tops. Anyways, I digress. But those are kind of like the sentimental, like the super sentimental clothing items. So then I went through like my regular stuff, and I kind of tried going through them is in like categories. So, if you watched my, I don't know if that's going to be released before this one. Well, oh my Lanta. I don't know. I don't know if this one's going to be up before or after. Okay. Anyways, in a possibly upcoming video, whenever I do the February monthly challenge, I'm also including the footage of me finishing, actually completing the January challenge. So in that video, whether it comes up after this one or not, then you'll get to kind of see more of like what I actually kept and how I like categorize them in my closet. So that's another thing. I don't fold my clothes per the KonMari method or hang them up per the KonMari method. No. But I have like hunting shirts. So I tried to do them by a type of category. So like I did all the pants. I did, that like went in the closet. And so then I did like my like hunting / like fishing type shirts, and I went through those and I only hung up the ones that I wanted to keep. And then I did like dresses, and then I did like my nicer, like going out, like just my dressier shirts that they're kind of like you can dress them up, you can dress them down type shirts. That's kind of like my style. I don't ever like to be super fanced up. My makeup can be super fancy, but not my clothes. But you can wear them with nicer like slacks or like a nice black skirt, or they look amazing with jeans. Those are the type of shirts that I like. So there's those. And then I did like my tank top type shirts, like my nicer undershirt, like tank tops. And then like my little cover ups, and then my work shirt. So I got everything clothing wise taken care of in the closet and re-put it up in the order that I wanted it. Which for me, the order and the reason why I didn't do it per KonMari's method of like shortest to longest and going up is because like I said, I'm a jeans and t-shirts girl, like in my real life. So the stuff that I wanted to be at the forefront was like my work polos and stuff like that. Like the stuff that like I primarily only wear to work, because I wanted it to just be right there whenever I open up the closet door to make my mornings during the week a lot quicker and easier. Then I tackled my t-shirts. Now, this was the hardest for me. I really had to evaluate like what I wanted to get rid of, what I didn't want to get rid of. And then the other thing is if I didn't want to get rid of it, but maybe it wasn't in the best shape anymore, I moved it with like some of like my workout stuff or like my cleaning around the house, lounging type stuff, that I don't care about as much. So that kind of stuff is like in a different drawer. So like there are some like shirts that are just way too comfy that like I used to wear out and about. Maybe there's like some holes, like either like under the arm or like actually like from cat claws on the front or something like that. And so I mostly wear those like to clean or like do yard work or something in, because whatever. So I kind of like shifted a few things and moved a couple of shirts to those type of drawers and went through the ones that were currently in those types of drawers and got rid of the really old, like now incredibly tattered shirts. So that's kind of how I did it. The t-shirts though were honestly the hardest for me, but I took my t-shirts from 4 drawers that I was constantly going in and out of to 2 drawers. And I'm super proud of that fact, actually. I got rid of like chunk of t-shirts whenever I went through the KonMari method. And so I have like my top drawer, which are the ones that I'm always in and out of. And then I have my second drawer with the ones that I don't reach for as much. So this next go round, I will probably get rid of a good chunk of those. But in the second drawer, it's kind of divided. So I put shirts that were more like seasonally themed on half of it. So that way, you know, those aren't intermixed with my regular ones. But if I know that I have a seasonal shirt during that season, I can like open up that drawer and find it easily. And then the other half is kind of like the overflow. And now some of that overflow I do still wear a lot, but some of it, like especially like the ones on the bottom of like the piles on that side of the drawer, I haven't even looked at since I started KonMari last summer. So it's been almost 7 months and I haven't even looked at them. So those are probably gonna go in the next round. So I did all the clothes, and then I did like socks and underwear and bras and stuff like that after that, because the pile of clothes and like t-shirts was just insane, like to be like, well, let me add up socks. So I did get rid of some of those, and it just felt great. I ended up having one empty drawer, like completely empty drawer, and then that like is still empty, like it's completely empty. And then I had another one that was like primarily empty, but I organized some other stuff in that drawer. So it really worked out. Like now my clothes are not only like shrunk by a lot, but they're also kind of like more categorized. Like I have the 2 drawers for t-shirts. I have a drawer just for my workout stuff. I have a drawer just for like my hiking type stuff. I have a drawer just for like super ratty clothes that are like covered in paint and things like that. So they're kind of like you can really get these messed up and like do nasty things in them, like painting and getting them gross because they're already gross. And then I have a drawer just for like sweatpants and like shorts, like lounging pants. I have a drawer just for leggings, although I really need to go through this because there was a phase where I kind of got sucked into LuLaRoe leggings, and it was kind of during this KonMari phase, and I won some giveaways where they just send you a random pair, and some of them I just don't like, so I just threw them in the drawer, but some of them I really do absolutely love, and so I'm going to keep those pairs, and then get rid of the other ones because I'm not going to wear them. Or I got a pair that I thought that I would really like, and I just don't like me in them. Like, I don't like the way they look on me, or they're, like, too outlandish. So definitely need to go through those next time. And then I have that drawer of, like, the shirts that I can do other things in. So I have, like, the really painter clothes, and then I have, like, the ones that I can do just, like, a regular chores and stuff in, because I will do like regular chores and stuff in like the painter type clothes, but like after a while, like the dried paint, you know, like it feels scratchy. So then after that, I went to shoes because shoes are included with clothing, obviously, and I had a ton of shoes. Now, whenever the other video goes up, you'll see it, but I use, and people say not to do this, and I know why now, but it's so much more under control that I'm okay with it now. But I have on the bottom of my closet, I have one of those like built-in like shoe racks. I use about half of that. That's like where I keep like my cowboy boots and like my Uggs and like the shoes that are just like tall or something. I keep those there. And then I use 2 of the like hanging like sweater holders, like the canvas sweater holder things. I use those for my regular shoes. Now, before, they were packed to the brim. Like every single cubby on both of them was completely packed. I had just a pile of shoes in the bottom of my closet. And in one of my guest bedroom closets, I had another, like in a thing, a built-in shelving system. I had a ton of shoes. And so majority of the ones that were in the guest closet, I got rid of. Like I just got rid of them because most of them I had not looked at in years because they had been in that closet. And I brought them from my closet back home to try and make myself like to, oh yeah, I have these, wear them. Yeah, that did not happen. There was like one pair that I kept from that closet and moved into mine. There are no shoes in any other room but mine now, which is amazing. And so that's just good, period. And now in those cubbies in my room, I think I had like 60 something pairs of shoes and I got it down to like 30. Like I got rid of almost half of my shoes. I kept like 2 pair of like heel type shoes. 1 pair that I'm just absolutely, they've been my favorite for years. The last time I wore them though, they did kind of hurt my feet, but I don't know if that was like real. And that seems odd to say, but I used to be able to wear them for hours, and I can't remember if I just didn't feel good last time I wore them or not. So I kind of like want to retry them. I definitely kept like all my really good flats, and I kept some of my Sperry's, but I definitely got rid of some of them, and I donated them. And there was like 1 or 2 pairs that I honestly just chunked because I wore them till they had like holes in them. So I'm not going to donate those. But the really good ones I donated. And so I donated like some heels, some Sperry's, some flats, just some random stuff. But yeah, I significantly cut down my shoe collection, and now every cubby maximum only has 3 pairs of shoes. I can literally see every pair. They fit in there really nice. And yeah, best decision ever. The next one was purses, which was also really, really hard for me. I have a ton of purses, but I literally went through and was hard on myself. I got rid of a lot of the I don't want to say like cheaper, like it's a bad thing, but I got rid of like the ones that I had just on a whim picked up at like Target or something, because I would use them for a time period and then I would never use them again. Like I got them just because I was walking through and I was like, oh, that's cute. They were super cute bags, and there's nothing wrong with having bags from Target or anything like that. But I had probably almost 30 in like Coach purses, Dooney and Burke, like $150 to like almost $400 purses. So, and I would get like the cute trendy ones from like Target and stuff, and I would use them for just a short time period, and then I would kind of be like over that bag and I would never use it again, and I would go back to using like my really expensive ones. So I just made the decision that I didn't need to like jump on like trendy bag wagons. Because I just don't enjoy them for a prolonged length of time. My Coaches and my Doonies and stuff like that, I enjoyed for long periods of time. And I go back to them and I switch them throughout different like seasons and different whatnots. I'm always switching them out and around. And so that's what I did. But I did take my purse collection. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was a lot. I donated a fair chunk of them, but some of the more expensive ones, I'm going to be listing them on eBay. I know, I still haven't done that. They're still in a chair in my front room. But none of them have walked back into my closet. I actually did sell one of them. A friend came over and they saw it and they were like, "Why is this in here?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's the pile of ones that I need to sell." And so she legit just bought it like on the spot. So I have sold. I think I sold another one as well. I don't know. I've sold like one or two of my purses that I purged out back in June or July. I think July. So I really need to get those listed on eBay. But yeah. So I reduced my purses. In my closet, I have like this built-in thing and there's 4 shelves. They used to take all 4 shelves. And right now they mostly take up 2. There's 1 or 2 in the third one, and that's just because they're like odd. They're a little bit more odd, and so they like fit weirder. So I just chunked them on that shelf because it was just easier. But yeah, so that was all that. I mean, it was hard. None of this was easy. Some items were super easy. And then there were some items that like I really sat there and was like, I don't want to get rid of this, but I've not used this in so long. And then part of me was like, maybe I haven't used this in so long because I forgot that it was here because of all the other stuff. So that was like another thing, especially with shoes and purses. Like, I feel like I forgot what I had because I just had too much. So it's been really fun though, but like I've worn more of my different shoes since doing it because I can now see all of them. And some of them I haven't. And the ones that I haven't, this next go round, they're probably going to go. So then I'll have even less choices, which is totally fine. If I haven't, that's kind of where I need to get with this. Like if I have not worn it in a fair amount of time and it's not because it's a seasonal item or something like that, like legit, I just never reached for it, then I need to just say goodbye to it. And let somebody else enjoy it, because aside from like maybe being like 5 or 6 years old, some of these like shoes and stuff I've never worn, or I've worn them, but like maybe like a handful of times. Like they're still pretty damn new, like in really good condition. So, you know, like if I haven't reached for it, clearly I don't need it, or clearly that's just not my style anymore. So, it's unfortunate because it's kind of like that money got wasted, but at the same time, just because something costs a significant amount of money, you shouldn't just leave it in your closet, even if it's not something that you're going to use anymore, because you're just wasting the money that way too. So either if you're able to resell it and make some of the money back, or just donate it and let somebody else like love it and wear it and use it and value it, because it's not getting valued just sitting on a shelf. So I had to start changing my mindset and like thinking about it in that way. And so the last part of clothing that I'm going to talk about is jewelry. Now, I purged through my jewelry like a decent while back. Whenever I came up with like a new way to like hang up like my necklaces and bracelets and things like that, I got these, they're kind of like coat racks actually, but they're like cast iron, and I got them at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or something like that. And so they have like a cute little decoration at the top and like 5 hooks across them. And I got 2 of them and I hung them in my closet to hang off my necklaces and my bracelets from, because I was getting tired of all my necklaces always getting tangled and things like that, and I just did not have a good system. And I really liked that idea. Like, they are out in the open, they're easy to see, they're easy to like pick one out. So I still have that system. It's in my closet, which I love that it's in my closet because it also keeps like the clutter like off like my dressers and things like that. Um, and so they're in there. They love life. But I did go back through them. Whenever I originally did that, I got rid of a ton of like the stuff that I had got for like cheap in college that was just like cheap stuff to like wear out to the bar, to parties, or things that I got for like a themed party or something because I was in a sorority, so lots of themed parties. But I got rid of a lot of that kind of stuff, and so I went back through and I purged a little bit more of that kind of stuff, and I kept all of the like more expensive stuff that I wear a lot more often than any of the other more like decorative, like only wear occasionally type things. So I really kept just the pieces that I like really liked. I even got rid of some of the jewelry that I made myself because I was like, I made this whenever I really liked the style. So I kept the more like basic and simplistic ones because they could go with more and they weren't more like specific to like a certain like theme or look or something like that. So I did go through, purge those, got rid of a ton of bracelets because I don't wear too many bracelets anymore. I always have a hair tie, and now I just have like my Fitbit usually. So I kept a couple, like the ones that like I actually sometimes reach for. Um, and then earrings. I purged a lot of my earrings a long time ago because my ears are super sensitive, so I can only really wear like certain kinds. So I got rid of a ton of my earrings before, but I did keep some like novelty types. Um, all my really good ones are in like a travel bag, like where they all have like they're in like little holes and things. So they're like super organized, which is nice. Some of my more novelty ones I had in this little, came from my grandmother's house, but it's has like drawers and stuff and it's for jewelry. And so I'd had like some of like the novelty ones in there, and yeah, I got rid of most of those because they hurt my ears. I can't wear the nice ones for too many days in a row either, because they hurt my ears. And so I got rid of like pretty much all of the really cheap jewelry, earrings, as far as earrings go, because it hurts too bad. So, that going through jewelry is pretty easy for me because it either hurts me or it doesn't. And if it doesn't, how likely am I going to wear this? So, I've kind of also gotten more into um, the look of like the very simple, basic, the earrings that I have a lot of now are like Kendra Scott. And so they're like, and I get like the smallest size too because the really big ones are super heavy and hurt my ears. But I just have like super simple ones that are just like the different color like gems and stuff. And I have them in the colors that I wear the most often in a few different styles, in either like smaller ones that dangle. I have a couple of like studs and things like that, so they're really easy to like wear, and they're simple enough that they don't take away from any type of outfit that you're wearing. So I like more of like statement necklaces if I'm going to wear like outlandish jewelry, whereas a long time ago I liked outlandish earrings. So I've kind of like switched in my the way that I like things now. So my earrings are pretty much very simplistic, and I really like it that way. And they aren't super color heavy, like they're just a solid, like a single color. And I just really like them. And you know, they aren't too expensive. The ones that I get have ranged from like $40 to maximum $60 for a pair, and if I wait and go my birthday month, then I always get a discount. I always get 50% off on a pair. So, and I always wait for like deals. Like sometimes I'll do like buy one get one and stuff like that for different like holidays and things like that. So I have a fair amount in my collection, but I've also obtained them mostly through like sales and like buy one get ones, or buy one get one 50% off and stuff like that. So you know, it's been worth it. But that was clothing. Like I said, for me, some items of clothing were a lot harder than others. And part of it is because, like, I got it at an event or I wore it to an event and I just really remember that memory. But I truly had to start thinking, how long has it been since I worn this? And what's its value to me? You know what I mean? Um, if it's something that you can resell, definitely try. If it's not, you've already spent the money, whether you're wearing it or using it or not. The money is already gone. It's been used. That's it. So if you just donate it, that's the whole thing. Like, some people can't get over you just donated that. Like, you donated, like, I donated a ton of stuff, like hundreds of dollars worth of stuff. But here's the thing, that hundreds of dollars has been spent for years and it was not getting used. Like, it's one thing if you like spend the money and like you wear it like every other day because it's like your favorite thing. You wore that thing. You like loved the crap out of that thing. You put in all the time and effort into that thing. Like, you loved it until it like died, okay? If it's been in your closet for years, like, that's one thing that I'm trying to get through to my dad too, because he after like he's seen like my progress with some of this stuff, like he's wanted me to help him with his, and I think that's great, but it's been a struggle. I think he's finally starting to get it. Like, the money is already gone. And if it's not worth taking the time to try and sell it, then you just need to donate it. Like, he honestly, he would tell me, like, because he always asked me to help him go through his closet, but he's asking me to help him with like other areas in the house whenever I go back home, and I think that's great. I don't mind helping. But clothing wise, he's like, but this was a really expensive shirt. And I always ask him, when was the last time you wore it? And he was like, ooh, I don't even know. And I'm like, then it needs to go. Like, it needs to go. And he'd be like, well, it costs a lot of money. I said, well, you're not wearing it anyways. So what does it matter? If the money is wasted just sitting in your closet, does that make you feel better than if you were to waste the money by putting it in donation bags so that way somebody else could love it? You know what I mean? So like, I would rather, if the money is already gone, okay, and I'm not going to take the time to like post every single item that I want to purge. If the money's already gone and I don't care about taking the time to sell that item, would I rather waste the money, donate it, and let somebody else love it? And if they buy it and decide to waste it, that's on them. Okay, I can't worry about that. But I would assume that the next person would buy it and actually use it for however long, or just let it keep on taking up space in my life, in my closet. I look at it every day and I still never pick it. So you kind of have to evaluate that. Now, like I said, there were some items that I totally kept because I was on the fence. I was like, have I not used this because I just haven't wanted to use it, or have I not worn or used this item because I forgot that it was there because of everything else? So there were a few items that I wasn't exactly ready to get rid of because I honestly could no longer distinguish if it wasn't being used or worn, because there was just too much other crap to look at, and I just got, like, things get buried. Or do I just really not love that item? So there were some things, like some shoes, some purses, and a couple of shirts and things that I did keep because I honestly could not distinguish that. And that is totally fine. Like, some people will tell you, well, then just go ahead and get rid of it. No. If there are some items that you want to hold on to and be like, if I don't use this in 3 months or 6 months or by next year, then I'm going to get rid of it, then do that. But don't do it to every item. But like certain items, especially like high ticket price items and things like that, try that. See if that works. I mean, I did it. Some of the items I did start reaching for, and some of them I didn't. And so the next time I go through this process, which is coming up, I want to start doing it again, like for like a spring cleaning type thing. Those are going to go. They're going to go. Because I've already given them a second chance and I did not actually take that second chance. Which means they weren't just lost before. They were lost because I didn't want to find them, if that makes sense. So those are some of my tips for going through clothes. I don't really have any tricks about doing it. It's not going to be easy, especially if you really love clothes and jewelry and accessories. It's not going to be easy, but it will totally be worth it, which is so like cliche to say, but it is very true. It definitely is worth it. Like, it's been easier to find things. It's been easier to like distinguish like my style. Like I still want to improve my style a little bit, but it's been easier to find a more consistent, balanced style because the stuff that I am constantly wearing is so much easier. Like, I have easier, quicker access to it. And it's been, like, that just makes life so much easier. It's easier. And just, I don't know. It feels great. But I do hope that some of these tips and the way that I mentally went through the process can help any of y'all, or if you're having any just random questions about the KonMari method for the first category of clothing, drop a question down in the comments below, or if you have any advice for whenever I go through it again on the clothing category only. If you have any advice for me on any of the other categories, leave those on those videos. But if you do have any advice for me for the next time I go through clothing, please leave it below. If you have any questions for me about clothing, about what I did that I haven't answered or forgot to answer in this video, leave it below. And yeah, I hope this helps some of y'all in wanting to start your journey. If you did start it because of me or someone else, also leave that below. Leave anything below that you want to. I hope that everyone has a great day, and I will see y'all next time. Bye, guys.